and then select. Click OK. And now.
Ah, oh, there it is.
There we go.
Hi, we're back. Ooh, easy. Hello. Okay, so we got that one. I want to hide all these.
And there's that 10-second delay. So let's see.
It still said I wasn't broadcasting enough. So poor signal strength. How are we doing now? Stream is healthy. Okay.
Go back to the OBS. I just want to see that bar real quick. The audio.
Doop.
Where was the one that you had that was moving?
Oh crap!
I think you removed it.
Did I hide it?
Did you hide it? Scroll all the way back up.
Yeah. Okay. Oh wait, it should be right here. All right. Hello.
Fuck.
Sorry.
There it is.
Hey. Okay. No data.
Well, he said he can hear you now, though. See?
Working well now. Okay. All right. I think we might be up and running right now.
Yes. Why don't you talk? What's up, Comic Crypt of Castle Hills?
Dude, that's a lot. It's a really long name to type out. Oh, it's buffering because there's no data.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the upload strength is good enough.
Yeah. Ask them how the stream looks on their end. What's he saying?
He says it's working now.
Huh?
Well, I guess just to make it your guys' worthwhile, I think we are going to end up doing this differently moving forward. We're still kind of experimenting with our equipment and our connectivity here at our main location. But since you're here, we might as well go over a couple things. Our auction item is going to be an Amazing Spider-Man 51 tomorrow. So the bids are going to start a little buffer circle once in a while. All right, so showing some comics. You guys got it. So we got Amazing 51. And this is the second appearance of Kingpin. If you remember, our theme for tomorrow night is second appearances. And second appearances, cameos, and minor keys. So this falls under the second appearance category. We have one for the auction. It's a Find Plus for $95. The bidding will start at $5. And then we're going to do, there's going to be a regular one in the show for $60. Forgive me here, guys. I'm still getting used to reading the stream and talking to the camera. Usually I have my team, Wes and Kevin and Avery.
I'm back here.
Talking, yeah, Wes is right here with me, letting me know, and then I can kind of just talk back to them. So I'm trying to rub my tummy and, what's the thing?
Chew bubblegum at the same time?
Yeah, rub my tummy and chew bubblegum at the same time here. It's a little issue. So,
Stream's looking good on my phone.
all right. Test for typing. Test for typing. Yep. Okay. Comments aren't posting in the chat. Nice thing, shirt. Thank you very much. This was actually Dad's shirt once upon a time when he still wore stuff like this. And I inherited a bunch recently since they're moving.
Oh, now it's showing up. Test for typing showing up.
Okay, I also have a Avengers 43 first appearance of the Red Guardian. Husband of Natasha Romanoff. I learned that today.
JP Comics is trying to tell you something.
Hey, what's up?
Got my...
What's up, JP Comics?
Oh,
Hey, Jason.
yeah.
Yella. Hella Comics. My man TJ helped me with videos today. See, I got the Captain America 100. First Captain America titled Silver Age. Previously titled Tales of Suspense. Classic cover art by Jack Kirby. Just a huge book. This is a VG. This is not a minor key, but I do have a Daredevil 1. So origin and first appearance. Daredevil. Intro Foggy Nelson. First appearance of Karen Page. Spec on this book is that it's severely undervalued. And that is a solid read despite its age. Alright, JP Comics, got your JLA box. Awesome. Glad to hear it.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's nice.
JP Comics, what's your real life name? I want to make sure the right JLA box went to the right customer because I still have a note to make a custom one for a regular of ours.
And a Spider-Man. Can't wait to see what issues.
So we got Daredevil 4 here. I don't have much. I think I have 2 Spider-Man 51s. And there's a whole bunch of other
Like
minor keys that we're going to use.
Second Madam Web.
Yeah, second Madam Web.
Yeah.
First Spidey-Mobile and whatnot. So we got a first Purple Man right here. That was done really well in the TV show. This is really fun. I get to read everyone's comments. We're just kind of hanging out. It's more relaxed than usual.
Not having to grab books and run around.
Yeah, thanks Hella Comics. Glad to hear about that. I will certainly let people know to subscribe as well. TJ at Hella Comics is our first sponsee. Very proud of that. He's been a good friend of mine for a few years.
Congrats.
Congrats to TJ and Hella Comics, and congrats to us for the partnership. Daredevil 7, first red costume. I think we'll need to find a better camera than this the laptop one. You'd think really good gaming laptops would come with a good camera.
That's Jose Perez, JP. What's up, Jose?
Hey, Jose. Red and gold Daredevil is where it's at. That's right. So we got first red suit right here. Let's see. We got Frank Miller art beginning on Daredevil. This is Daredevil 158. So Miller is widely thought to have had a significant impact on shaping Daredevil's character, origin, and death. Daredevil's character. I'm sorry, guys. There's a whole bunch of firsts for me right now. For the second appearances and cameos, I used Key Collector to kind of educate myself on all the minor keys, second appearances, third appearances, fourth appearances, cameos, and what have you. So this is all very, very fresh to me. This feels a lot kind of like a practice run, so to speak, for tomorrow, but in a much more relaxed setting. I'll have to get a beer later. So we got a Defenders 1, first solo title featuring the Defenders, Hulk, Doctor Strange, Namor, the Submariner, first appearance of Necrodamus, a sorcerer, very exciting. Hi there. Hi Chanel.
Yeah, you could actually take time to say hey.
Yeah, this is nice. We got a Defenders 10. So Avengers Defenders War Part 6. See Avengers 1:18 for Part 7, but this is just a great classic battle for Hulk and Thor, and this is it's right on the cover. So that'll be in tonight's sale. Everything I'm showing will be in tomorrow night's Instagram sale, which is at 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, Sacramento local time. Fantastic Four number 2. I think this is an undervalued book just because it's the first team appearance of the Skrulls. Yeah, we all know that. Shape-shifting alien race. Second team appearance of the Fantastic Four. It's also the first appearance of the Daily Bugle. And this is also the last 10-cent issue for Fantastic Four. I mean, this is like borderline the end of the golden age for Marvel Comics. And also, it's still a part of their transition from like monster books to superhero books. So it's a lot of fun, very neat art, and Johnny Storm looks like a blonde JFK. That's pretty fun. Got Fantastic Four number 3. This is the first appearance of the costumes. We got the first Miracle Man. Really? First appearance of the Baxter Building. It's like I'm reading this stuff for the first time. First Fantastic Car and Fantastic Copter.
Martin?
In Ultimate Fantastic Four, Reed Richards tries to name their vehicle the Fantastic Car, but Ben and Johnny don't let him because it's such a dumb name, and they tell him that he's no longer allowed to name his own inventions. I always thought that was fun. Always got to bring it back to Ultimate for me. FF12, not really a minor key, but this is the first meeting of the Hulk and Fantastic Four. This is also the first Marvel crossover. That's pretty huge.
That is. That's a big deal.
First Marvel crossover right here. This is a 1.8. Some stuff going on here.
Martin Heckla's in there saying hey.
Yeah. What's up, Martin? It's good seeing you today. It's nice to see everybody. This is really cool. Good idea, Wes.
Oh.
As always.
Yeah, look.
Good ideas.
Orlando, too.
Hey! What's up, Orlando?
Yeah, it's nice actually getting to conversate with people a little bit more.
Yeah, so what this format's going to be, hopefully we'll be able to do it once or twice a week, ideally right before our shows, like the day before. We'll just spend some time just to hang out casually, talk more about the books. I won't be so pressed for time. We can actually talk directly back and forth to each other. It's almost like A1 live stream unfiltered. Probably get a better feel for how I usually am on my day-to-day versus my like super energetic, let's sell some comics in as little time as possible mode.
Like your head's on fire.
Yeah. No more fire drills. So, okay, Martin, thank you for noticing me to direct the room. Actually, Wes, you want to hold that up?
I'll hold it up. I was just thinking that.
Check this out. This is cool. We got a Marvel Comics Neon. This is the original one that is that Diamond distribution sent to us, and it's authentic. I just got it fixed. We don't have anything on the walls in here. That's more of a previous generation's mode, so that's cool. We also have the only picture that's up in here, which is kind of funny, is a picture of Alfred E. Newman.
I'll bring it over there. It's just on a nail, right?
So there is a framed picture of me that was on Dad's desk for a while that he set down, but the only picture he actually put up was of Alfred E. Newman and not me. So that's nice. Fantastic Four 13, back to comics. I know that's the main part. First appearance of the Watcher. Ha! Martin, nice. He claimed the neon. First appearance of the Red Ghost and his Super Apes. So I actually think the Super Apes thing is a little bit cooler, but it's also the first Watcher. I'm gonna have to work on the glare in here. The lighting's a little
we'll upgrade the lighting.
This is definitely the rough draft. We got an FF18. So first appearance and origin of the Super Scroll. I don't know if I get a little closer. First appearance of Emperor Dorek. Second appearance of the Scrolls. So we got a Super Scroll and second appearance overall of the Scrolls. That's pretty cool.
Where's the DC sign? What's everybody eating? That's what I want to know. I'm thinking about food soon.
First, we're really hungry here. I actually have there's some really good chicken around the corner. It hasn't even been opened yet. TJ's lovely wife, Crystal, brought that
Awesome.
for us today. It was really nice of her. We got a first Inhumans. This is a great book right now just because it's so cheap, because that show was so bad. Kind of like with... I don't think the Ms. Marvel movie was bad, or the Captain Marvel movie was bad, but the market for her first appearance seemed to think so. So again, it's very similar to this one, and it's a good time to buy this book. Pretty much with all Marvel intellectual properties, it's a good idea. I mean, something good is going to happen with them eventually. Yes, there was a swing and a miss with Inhumans. Some say it would be a swing and a miss with Captain Marvel. That being said, they're going to come back to it. They're going to find a way to make it even better and kind of perfect it. So if you are interested in the Inhumans, if you're a fan, there's no better time than now to get that book. It's probably rock bottom for its foreseeable future. Fantastic Four 53, second appearance of the Black Panther, and origin and first appearance of Claw, which is pretty sweet. First appearance of T'Chaka, Black Panther's father. First mention of Wakandan Vibranium Metal, which is very cool because we also have the first Adamantium coming up in this sale tomorrow. So that will be neat to have both Adamantium and Vibranium, which seem to be intermixed in the MCU. But they don't have to do that anymore. Maybe they'll pull a George Lucas and go back. Thank you, AA Comics. Maybe they'll pull a George Lucas and go back and edit all the mentions of Vibranium and change it to Adamantium when they're talking about Ultron. Who knows? Or same with Cap Shield, right? Isn't Cap Shield supposed to be
Vibranium?
Is it? But is it Adamantium in the comics?
That's a good question. That's a deep cut for me. Yeah, that's a little over my head.
All right, Fantastic Four 65, first appearance of Ronan the Accuser, high-ranking Kree who can trace his ancestry back to the early Kree tribes of Hala. First appearance of the Supreme Intelligence, a collective information system of the greatest Kree minds. So, you have the first appearance of two big MCU villains. The villain what's his name? Ronan the Accuser.
Who he's actually heating up for some reason.
He was the bad guy in Guardians of the Galaxy, and then the Supreme Intelligence was the bad guy in Captain Marvel. So you got two big villains in one book. This book's only $85.
Yeah, I don't know why, but Ronan is heating up again, which is kind of crazy because he died.
Right.
So I don't.
I mean, that was like a pretty solid death too. You don't really get back up from that one.
Yeah, maybe somebody in the comments can tell us why.
Yeah. Does anybody know why Ronan the Accuser is coming back? Here's a really neat one. Special shout out to TJ at Helicomics for bringing this to my attention. Ghost Rider 2, first full appearance of Damien, Hellstrom. So second cameo appearance of the Son of Satan. This issue is often cited as the first full appearance of Damien Hellstrom. And although the character does appear in many panels, he is obscured by shadows at all times. So there's supposed to be a Hellstrom Hulu TV series being announced this weekend at the San Diego Comic-Con virtual show. So we'll see, but this will be a great opportunity to get this book before it happens. The market definitely already seems to think that it's a sure deal. It's a done deal. Ronan is for sure going to be in Captain Marvel 2. Thank you very much.
There we go. That's why.
All right. This is nice. Nice. Get a little feedback. I've been learning a lot today. All right. So Hulk 141. Why is this book big right now? The first appearance and origin of Doc Samson. Until today, I really hadn't thought much about Doc Samson. So any fans of his out there that have the DL, greatly appreciated. Second appearance of Groot. So second appearance of Groot in an original story, specifically a replica of Groot created by Xemnu. So this is your first, I think, Bronze Age Groot. And
because the other one was
Golden Age.
Yeah.
Early,
really hard to get
Journey
going.
into Mystery.
Yeah.
That's a fun book. It's a neat cover. I mean, so is killing off your villains, Martin, a better problem than keeping all of them alive all the time and then just keep coming back over and over again?
Well, I'm pumped for the Loki show because he's so
The
good.
Loki show is going to be great. I think he was pretty exceptional in a lot of respects.
Yeah.
Tom Hiddleston's the man.
Killer actor.
Let's see. We got Journey to Mystery 84. Second appearance of Thor. But this is the first appearance of Jane Foster. So that's really neat. She's going to take over as Thor in the MCU. So first Jane Foster, it's not the first Lady Thor, but still it's her first appearance. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Journey to Mystery 103. First appearance of the Enchantress. And she may, in fact, be a villain in the Loki TV show. First appearance of Scourge the Executioner. And this is all the first appearance of the Blood Axe. Scourge the Executioner was great, as made famous by Carl Urban. I thought he did a wonderful job. It was a lot of fun. And M16s.
He's great. Carl Urban's great in everything.
From Texas. First appearance of the Blood Axe, which also sounds the Blood Axe. That makes me want to open this book. Let's see what that's about.
Nice. Damantium. I don't know. Damantium. I can't.
I heard that Owen Wilson was going to be playing Kang in the Loki show. Not sure how that's going to go.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps Marvel has pulled off larger feats.
Oh, Emily Bones.
Although I do agree that Owen Wilson is... I mean, we haven't seen Owen Wilson for a long time. When was the last time he was in something and he could look completely different? He'd be like Ethan Hawke at this point.
Did you see Emily Bones in that?
Martin for a long time. Feeling couldn't win.
Interesting. Wow. I bet she does well at trivia.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. Thor 109. Cover appearance featuring Magneto, which is cool. First appearance of Norda, Queen of the Mountain Giants. This is just an awesome cover. Getting a great... it's interesting that Magneto can use his power on Thor's hammer. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not really good with the framing yet on this.
We will upgrade.
We have some
sound
upgrades
and
coming.
video, yeah.
Origin of Loki. First battle of Thor versus the Hulk. First appearance of King Laufey of the Frost Giants. Another cool thing about this one is this is one of the few books that we have the original art to here at A1. And the funny thing about that is we couldn't find it for a long time. We essentially lost it. And we were unpacking a bunch of material or moving things around, thankfully, in the vault. And there was some flattened boxes in the squeezed in between a stack of boxes in the vault. And the only marking on it was in Sharpie, in Dad's handwriting, Brian, the head grader. It said, save. That's it. The only marking on these just nondescript cardboard boxes was save, and inside that was the original art for this book. It's hard to find original art, Kirby art, especially where it's full stories, where it hasn't been pieced out, but we do have the full story for that.
Kevin, sorry for butchering your name. I'm notorious with butchering names.
The Mutant Man.
Yeah.
That's like your mutant power.
I know. This is ruining names.
This is ruining names. Journey to Mystery with Thor. First appearance of Hercules. I would challenge that. There's a full like page in an earlier Avengers book that has Thor versus Hercules. It says Zeus and Olympus. First battle of Thor versus Hercules. Again, I don't think so, but the market has chosen this one. I tend to think the market goes to the books that have the cooler cover, as long as they're in a nearby time frame. And I think if you want to like spec on certain books, like X-Men 266 versus X-Men Annual 7, or Hulk 180 versus Hulk 181, you can really see like the better cover is the one that really gets the nod. Same with the first black suit, I think. Hercules rumored to appear in the MCU, but there was also a recent announcement of a live-action Hercules movie, so there could be some confusion. Thank you, Key Collector. Got a whole new bag of tricks. Another thing I wanted to talk about, this might catch some more eyes. I know it was in the background of the post that Wes did. Is we sold this today or yesterday. Hulk 181 9.2 white pages.
I'm a little jealous.
This is a sweet book. What I wanted to point out about this one is it was a consignment book. So it is a service that A1 Comics offers. We don't do it very often. We especially don't advertise it very often. This is for a friend of the store, JW. He was a manager of our Sacramento location for a long time. And JW actually managed a comic shop that Dad, Brian Peets, the founder of A1 Comics, shopped from for a long time downtown Sacramento. Dad worked construction between his careers in the NFL and opening the comic shop. And he would take his Tiger truck and use the cones and the emergency lights and park in front of the Comics and Comics downtown to secure a parking spot that was nearby, and just walk in, grab his books, and walk out on New Comic Book Day, which I think back then New Comic Book Day was a Tuesday. But,
right, yeah.
Don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
So we do offer consignment. This is a good example of that book. This book was priced at $7,500, which is a great price. I think a very fair price for a variety of reasons, one of which this book is rebounding heavily right now. It has a severe upward trend. If you look at comics.go collect, right now it says the 9.2 is supposed to be 6,250, but the 9.4 is 9,000. And that's a huge jump. And then the 9.0 is 5,250. So if you kind of want to find something in the middle, and if it's upward trending, it should be closer to the one above it. Or at least closer than that. Also, it has white pages, which is another bonus, which is why we settled for $7,500. Comic book pricing is something...
An art form.
It's a bit of an art form. It's definitely not an exact science when you take into consideration the markets, grading, raw or slabbed. It's something that I'm thankful that I grew up in, and I would like to think comes a little bit more natural as far as my other skills that are required for doing what I do.
Things are really interesting right now too, like the market is with with COVID and everything.
Right. Yeah. Considering COVID, but then people are getting their unemployment checks. It's just like, which again, I in no way. I'm speaking on A1 Comics' behalf and saying that you should use unemployment checks for vintage comics. Those are meant for food and housing. But I'm not going to tell anybody how to spend their money. But that's neither here nor there. It was an interesting, an explosive market leading into the shutdown. It is a weird market right now, although surprisingly strong, which again I'm very thankful for. And then it's also something that spurred a company like mine, which is usually known for moving a little bit slower and changing with the times a little bit slower, to do something that I definitely wouldn't have done otherwise. And now I get to talk to all you guys all the time, which is great. I really love it. It's a lot of fun, and seeing you guys come in the store, getting a chit chat, learn about comics.
It's fun, yeah.
Martin showed me. Martin showed me some cool treats, which I'll show. I'll display on the Oddball wall tomorrow. Martin, Brian did really appreciate the King Kong portfolio. It's one of his favorite things, so he enjoyed that. Emily Bowden, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I like that, Emily. That's good.
Hey, it's your money that you got back.
It's really hard. It's really hard to type and talk at the same time. That's interesting.
It's like playing an instrument and singing at the same time.
Yeah, like playing an instrument and singing. We'll have to.
Yeah.
We'll have to
practice.
We'll have to practice. Yeah, practice. Doing the Instagram broadcasts and the live shows is almost just kind of become a day-to-day thing. Although very exciting and definitely goes by fast, but I've gotten used to it. This is a whole another dynamic, which I'm excited to dive into even more. Does anybody have any further questions about tomorrow's sale? Friday is going to be War. So that's going to be, Sergeant Rock, G.I. Joe, Captain Savage, Doc Savage.
Yeah.
So one of the Savages,
One of the Savages.
Haunted Tank. There's a lot of Golden Age war stories, a lot of really neat covers, a lot of big influential artists and writers worked in war comics, including Jack Kirby and Stan Lee. A lot of people forget that they did genre books before they did superheroes. So romance. They did romance.
You can squeeze Secret War in there.
They did monsters. Yeah, we can do Secret Wars for war. That's a great idea. A bunch of Secret Wars 1 through 10 or 12.
Yeah.
Maybe Infinite Crisis, Kingdom Come. Those are kind of wars. 300. So I think that's about it for our first broadcast here. We're going to spruce it up and probably come back either Thursday or probably next week at some point. We may set up like a little casual sound stage, maybe at a brewery or at home or somewhere else where we can kind of do more of a longer hangout with more material, have more stuff to go over. But that was a good sneak peek. I'm glad you guys all joined with us. And if there's nothing else, we'll see you guys tomorrow at 6 on Instagram. Thank you.
Thanks, Carlos.
All right. Yeah, thanks, Carlos. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much. So don't forget to subscribe, of course, to our YouTube channel.
It's free.
It's free. There we go. So that's a great reason. And good night, and we'll see you tomorrow. Till next time.